Hi, it's Brian from Fruit Powered. I am here in Arnold's Way, the world famous raw food capital of the world. I'm going to make a very special recipe. This is actually an updated recipe of the very first Fruit Powered video I made back in October 2012. This is pepper pizza with avocado, tomato cheese with savory marinara sauce. I think it's delicious. It's a great meal to bring to a potluck. Anyone who is interested in trying some kind of a raw food dish, I think this is a surefire hit because everyone loves the taste of marinara sauce after all. Alright, we'll get started. So, the recipe is such a cinch. We're just going to use bell peppers and we're going to quarter them to make our pizza crust. After that, we're going to move on to make the avocado tomato cheese. We'll use 2 avocados, sun-dried tomatoes, and just a dash of water, and some lemon juice. And then after that, we'll move on to marinara sauce. We'll use plum tomatoes, and we're going to top the pizza with some split grape tomatoes. And we'll add in some chopped parsley. You can add oregano as well. And we're going to use the basil for the sauce. All right, we'll get started by quartering the bell peppers. I think it's pretty cool to use different color bell peppers in making this dish. The sauce is going to be red, so I really like using orange and yellow. It really makes for a vibrant dish. So we can add these to our plate and have them all set. Alright, so we have our pizza crust. And now we'll move on to making the avocado tomato cheese. So we'll just split up these avocados. These ones look to be slightly dinged up, but it's not so bad. We can make a meal out of it. Alright. Just going to scoop these into the blender. Actually, when you have 2 avocados, you could get away with using as many as 4 bell peppers. So I'm probably going to have a little bit of an excess of the avocado tomato cheese. But you could even turn that excess into a side dish if you like, with some diced tomatoes. Alright, moving along. I already cut up the lemons beforehand, and we'll use one of these. I don't know what the name is. I'm with DJ Shamrock. DJ Shamrock, do you know what the name of these things are?
Lemon squeezer?
Lemon squeezer. I don't know if I had some...
Technical name?
Yeah, some technical name I was looking for.
They probably do.
This isn't actually my favorite kind. My favorite kind is the kind that you grind the lemon on. You can actually get a lot more juice out of it. Okay. We'll get this set. And we're just going to add just a couple of sun-dried tomatoes to start, just a few pieces to start. If you add too much, you can run the risk of making it too thick. And I just got to grab some water. And we'll fire it up. I like to add the sun-dried tomatoes to this rather than just using avocados and lemon juice. I think it adds a different kind of texture to it. It makes it slightly chunky on the bottom, but then you have the really smooth sauce on top. So we'll add this layer down here. So when I made this meal the first time out, I really liked it, but I found myself not making it to eat so much. And the reason is, it was so low in calories that I was just still hungry at the end of it. So after a couple of months, I discovered that, well, why don't I add an avocado spread, or you can also use a nut or seed cheese. You can get away with sunflower seeds and lemon juice. That works as a really good spread. But I gravitate toward the avocados for this one. I actually made this meal fairly recently. I had a friend over and must have used about 6 bell peppers. It was quite a feast. And I was so hungry that day, I was actually working at Arnold's Way that day, that I made some spaghetti afterward. It's one of the best things about raw food. You find yourself using lots of the same ingredients, and they're just so interchangeable. You can just swap out a sauce, and boom, you have spaghetti. You just cut up some zucchini. And in another video, I'm going to make gazpacho, and I was saying earlier that lots of the ingredients are the same that would be used in making pepper pizza. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so this is what the crust and the cheese looks like. Alright, so moving on, we'll make the savory marinara sauce. So we got our blender container, and we're going to add to it 4 plum or Roma tomatoes and some lemon juice. I tend to like my sauce fairly acidic. Some of you might like to use only half a lemon. I generally go for the whole one. And we have 1 cup of basil. We'll pop this in. And we'll start blending it just like this. And then I'm going to add some sun-dried tomatoes. The sun-dried tomatoes will help thicken the sauce and make it really rich, and so it doesn't spill all over the place on the plate. It just holds it all together. So with sun-dried tomatoes, good idea to start with about this many, about a small handful, and you work your way up. If you add too many from the get-go, you can wind up with the sauces just way too thick. It just won't blend properly. So this is what the sauce looks like. You can see it's quite thick, and it is delicious once we add it onto the pizza slices. So let's get started. So I started making this dish about just more than 2 years ago, and it's really a favorite of mine for bringing to events like potlucks. I recall bringing a gigantic spread to Arnold's Way for the potluck in February 2013. It was a real hit. I really enjoy it in the summertime. I think it's a fun one to bring to family gatherings outdoors and all. So this is optional. I like to add some split grape tomatoes. You can also use cherry if you like. And have some parsley here. I add oregano at times. But to be honest, fresh oregano will make me sneeze if I add too much to it. So I generally stick with parsley, and sometimes I add cilantro even. And if you wanted to, you could actually add some chopped up basil if you're a real fan of the basil. So it's not just in the sauce, but it's on top. So this is the dish, the finished product here. And as you can see, made this whole thing in just a matter of minutes. So pepper pizza with savory marinara sauce and avocado tomato cheese is one of 20 recipes in main courses, salads, and soups. And this is one of a 4-volume recipe book series called the Mouth-Watering Recipe Book Series. You can get it on my website. It's called fruitpowered.com. And this recipe book has 20 recipes featuring 10 raw fooders from around the world, as well as myself. Thanks so much. Whoops, got some sauce on the plate there. Some more to dip in.